Hello. Hi. In for the evening report, and I did do plenty of studying, but first I did go down a rabbit hole. But a cool rabbit hole that led me to some possibilities to testing VR without having to drop $900 on, or $800 on a Vive. So yeah, check this program out. It's really cool. It's called RiftCat, and you're supposed to be able to get Oculus Rift emulation working with it, but I couldn't get the Oculus Rift emulation working with it, which is fine because I don't care about the Rift. I'm much more interested in the Vive. Anyways, this little guy, this little Rift cat, you run it, and once it starts, so just check it out here. So you tell it Ethernet, and at the same time it runs, you start VR Ridge, the little app on your phone, and it says looking for a RiftCat. So then you click Ethernet, and then it says, "Is this your phone?" And say, "That's my code." And it's like, "Yeah," and I say yes, and then it's now connected to my phone. And so what I can do with Steam open here in the background, I can say play Steam VR games, and then what that does is it actually launches the Steam VR thing. And see at the bottom there, or which way am I pointing on the screen? Nope, wrong way. Over there. Yes, that on my desktop with the little green thing. That means it sees the headset, and it's actually running the loading screen inside my phone right here. Now check this out. When I actually say to play a Steam VR game like this one's just an observer game, but doop-doo. And sadly it doesn't have controllers or anything. But check it out. The feedback, the recording video on the camera versus there's a little bit of off sync. That's just because of my web camera, you know. But anyways, you see, you look down, it goes down. You look up, and it actually does it at a ridiculously fast rate. The feedback, sadly, because webcam and desktop recording, and this and what's on screen, the feedback there is short. But actually, when I move my camera, what's happening or when I move my phone, what's happening on screen is like feeding back ridiculously fast. And then all you gotta do is take your phone and put it inside one of these little guys. I have the Powis one. It's good, but the lenses are the old smaller ones. I would like to get the newer Google Cardboard. But yeah, you just slap that bad boy in there and say voila, you have VR, Steam VR, emulated, minus the controllers. But I think while I'm testing, I can get like some buttons to work as the Steam VR buttons. So, anyways, oh yeah, that was probably not the best idea to quit out of the thing before I quit out of the Steam. Oops, I just crashed everything, I think. So let's just see if I can't close that. There we go. Okay, we're still alive. Yay. So yeah. Anyways, it's called RiftCat, and or also known as VR Ridge, and it is really, I think so far it's the best like Google Cardboard to legitimate VR adaptation I've seen. Trinius VR is cool, but it does simulated VR far too often. Okay, let me close this. And simulated VR is when it does the movement, but you're actually seeing the same picture in both eyes, so there's no stereoscopic image, thus losing all points of doing it in the first place. And I know this isn't, it's nowhere near compared to the Vive, but it's a good little testing alternative, So anywho, tonight, on to the actual, what I learned tonight. Uh-oh, did I lock it up again? Because I did that. Yeah, well, Steam's gonna try to quit down. Alright, anyway, so we're building a third-person game from the ground up. And tonight was simply importing these characters. So I have my hero character and the skeleton. They're actually all the same, or they look the same in here. But I think you can show. Nope, show. Oh, come on, showboat. Alright, it doesn't want to, probably because this thing's probably still messing with my computer. But over here's the bones. This is actually the physics system. Let me jump over to the animations. So there's this system that is called, what was it called? It's called Persona. And it's what you use in Unreal once you bring in a bone system to put different animations together. And yeah, so here's a good one for example. Say I wanted this guy, his super punch to be like, or yeah, you can scrub down here. Say I wanted his punch to explode right there. Boosh. Well, I could go find, what arm are we on here? That's the wrong arm. There's the right arm. So, yeah, his hand. Nah, we'll go with the index finger. Say I wanted to like put a little explosion at the bottom here. I could, let's see, say add a socket, and then where'd it go? I could add a, if I go to the right frame, right there, and I can say, whoop, where'd it go? Add notify. My right mouse button is just going off. Well, so much for that. Anyways, you can right click and say add notify state, add a particle, play particle effect. And there we go. And then you can like add a particle effect, and we can say, oh, I probably have to set it to the socket. Phone name, socket name. We'll call this, I guess we gotta type it in. We'll call it index, oh, there we go, index socket. So that's that socket I just made down its finger. And I'll put a explode, God, my mouse, explosion. So now, when you hit play, he's like, kaboosh, kaboosh, kaboosh. And, you know, he explodes. He has fiery fists. So anyways, but you can go through your different animations and add little things into the animation or cues at animation points if you want. And when you go to load these actually in, all you gotta do is drag the initial skeleton system in, which is this character over here, right? And that's this fella. And then the animations, when you drag and drop in FBX skeletal animations, as long as they have the same skeleton with the same naming, then it will automatically recognize, oh, these apply to this hero skeleton here, and there are animations for it. So it's pretty cool that way that you don't have to go through a lot of rigmarole to tie them all in. So, you know, you're running and you're walking and everything is all, yeah, let's stop this happy guy, is all tied together very easily. The mesh tab, you can add some stuff. On the skeleton tab is just for specifically editing the skeleton. And animations tab, you can see all the different animations. And Ray, what's his run look like? Boosh, 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 boosh. But anyways, yeah. So it's pretty cool so far. I am where's my tutorials? Yes, I made it from the beginning to here. Again, I got a little bit lost down the rabbit hole of getting VR to work on this thing that's running the Steam Vive, because that's where my intended platform is. I'll try to make it work for everything else, of course, but Steam Vive, intended platform. So yeah, made good progress on the tutorial on the third person. Learned about bringing in the skeletons, and next up, what is next up? More stuff about getting the guy to be able to run. Oh, I added controls to him, so you can use a controller and or the AWSD. Since we're building it from the ground up, we're doing this with a blank scene. And this is what a blank scene looks like. Not very blank, because there's extra stuff in it. But you have to, going from the ground up for the third person, you have to build all the controls in. And you do that, oddly enough, not anywhere in here. You do it up in the edit project settings under input. Go figure. So yeah, that's my report for the evening. And hope everybody out there had a shiny day. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay! And yeah, hope all is shiny out there in the world. And yeah, peace.